what has been a trying 2020, one small silver lining this year for me has been the chance, and time, to keep up to date on new whiskey releases. So for my 5th year in a row, I've selected my favorite whiskies that I've gotten to try. I've also included links to previous year's choices at the bottom of the article. Some of these whiskies have had a mention in this blog before, and others haven't. Like the past lists I've done, my only 2 selection criteria for these choices is that I tried them in 2020 even if they were released before then, and that they were able to be bought by the bottle. However, I've focused on whiskies that were first unveiled this year, with a couple exceptions. As I've done previously, this list comes in 2 parts. Part 1, Accessible Whiskies, are bottles that you can still get hold of either online or in specialist shops, and should be easy enough to find and buy. Part 2, Rare Whiskies, are hard to find, limited or expensive drams, sometimes all 3, that I've had the chance to taste. I hope you can forgive this piece of reflective indulgence. Here they are in alphabetical order. A new microdistillery committed to creating a field-to-bottle supply chain with the production of its whiskey. It also created the first ever Scotch rye whiskey, which by Scottish legal standards must be labelled as grain whiskey, since the 19th century. This is the distillery's 3rd rye release and it's gorgeous. It features many of the typical characteristics of rye, caramel and spices, but also plenty of earthy tones and a strong mineral tang. Normally, Ardbeg delivers big dirty peat accompanied by all kinds of wonderful aromas and flavors. The Islay distillery's new Wee Beastie tones the typical Ardbegian chaos down, but the result is soft and playful, and in my opinion much better than the distillery's last attempt to do something of a similar vein. While new whiskies are released all the time, it's less common to see a complete revamping of core range offerings from a distillery. Brown Forman master blender Dr. Rachel Barrie has done exactly that with this Speyside distillery, and the result is for the most part an exciting triumph. I think this 10-year-old is one of the most exciting new core range whiskies out there. Here in the UK, it is one of the best value for money single malts there is. This isn't such a new whiskey, but the distillery revealed a packaging and branding facelift about 6 months ago. I'm a huge fan of Benromach's lightly peated whiskies in general, but I think the 15-year-old is particularly wonderful, featuring an irresistible combination of sweet, aromatic and meaty flavors that can be compared to a British roast lunch, or a punchy and aromatic Indian meat curry. The annual Diageo Special Releases whiskies always get a fair amount of attention in the whiskey world. Of this year's crop created by master blender Dr. Craig Wilson, this Lagavulin was my favorite.